Looks like, okay, it was on the border. Okay, he messaged me about this in December 2014. So it was on the cusp of 2014 and 2015. December. Yeah, I say it with the Z, dude. Why do I say December with the Z? Does anyone else say it that way? I feel like it's an East Coast thing. Maybe I got it from my dad. Hey, Blur, you're from MDVA. My dad lived in Virginia for a while. Do you ever say December? I do? You do say December with the Z? Blur, can I call you on Discord right now? Can I call you on Discord right now and I need you to casually say a sentence to me with the word December/December in it. Okay, so you say December? Do you say it like that ever?
I say December, yeah, I do.
Fuck yeah, dude. I swear to God, I think it's an MDVA thing.
It has to be.
It has to be. But okay, why
can I tell you that as an aside, the funniest thing ever? I watched an Alston Melee video, right?
Yeah.
And they were I literally couldn't stop laughing for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
They were talking about early days of commentary randomly or something. I don't forget which video this was.
Yep.
And they were talking about how Wife and Scar were like the duo. And I was like,
they weren't ROM 1 specifically.
Yeah, but
one tournament.
No, they were like erasing husband from history.
That's really sad. Wife and husband were a duo for much longer than Wife and Scar.
I was like, did this guy just not? I felt like the way it was being put out, I was like, this guy doesn't know that husband existed, did he? I think he thinks that was Scar's voice early on, but no, it was always husband. This is this husband erasure?
Yes, that has happened at times. That has happened. People mix up who's on commentary for things. The he really did though. People thought that was me on the did he just walk up slowly and down smash. Wait, was that me? Wait, who commentated Mango Hacks? Wait, oh my God.
That was you, Toph.
Was that me?
That was you.
No, it was Brandon. Wait.
Phil and you?
No,
you and Hacks.
I don't remember.
Wait, I've got it pulled up. Give me a second.
But Big House 4, you and Bobby did the top 8.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, but
it wasn't top 8. This was outside of top 8.
Quarters, maybe. Yeah. You're right, it might have been Bobby.
Can he make it back to the ledge?
Yeah, it is Brandon. Okay, yeah. Oh, you fucking tripped me out for a second. I was about to doubt my whole entire philosophy on life. It was. See, some people thought it was me, but it was Brandon. I mean, it makes sense. He kind of says it under his. He kind of mutters it. It's like a laughing. It's kind of like a laughing. Like he really did though. It could have been anyone the way he says it.
Yeah.
Could have been anyone. But yeah, it wasn't me. It was Brandon. Dude, I can't believe Hiko was in the fucking metagame doc.
Hiko was in it.
Hiko was the guy talking to Mango at Big House about like who do you got to worry, who's hella good and shit. That was Hiko, the kind of big guy.
Dude, Hiko.
He just won a tournament.
We hung out for a while. Yeah, me and Hiko were roommates.
Roommates.
At a tournament, at an event. We shared like,
DreamHack or what?
Something we flew together as a Twitch, and we just like he's the homie.
He wasn't at Twitch for that long, right?
No,
I don't think he was at Twitch for that long.
He's like on the best team in Valorant right now. He's like making a little comeback.
They just won a tournament. Yeah.
Little comeback, little Hiko comeback.
Yeah,
kind of like
comeback.
I'm about it.
100 Thieves. Shout out to my boy Hayes though. Hayes tweeted a Scar and Toph Show classic clip the other day. And I always cheer for boomers. I cheer for boomers in esports. Give me them stories of old people playing video games. I don't care about the young people playing video games. Young people are already naturally good at video games. I want to see footage of old people.
I think the older you get, actually it was like this when I was young too, but I think the older you get, the more you cheer for the old guys. Because for me, it's always like
representation in every way is important. That's what I always say.
Sure. When a young guy, like I feel like when like a 15-year-old or like gets good, I'm just like, dude, you haven't even. How did this happen? You're just like you just picked up the controller and you're just sick nasty with it. I mean, that's cool, I guess. But when you see the guy who's like 35 try to keep up with the kids, it's like
that's why I like Daigo. I can't believe you heard what Daigo said in his. He did an interview talking about how he won that major recently online tournament and he fucking beat the brakes off Fudo. And people were telling him, dude, because he was doing match review, and they were like, and he was like, wait a minute, I was whiff punishing this move on reaction. That's it's like a 12 frame move or a 13 frame move, and it's like that shouldn't even be possible. Like it literally should not be possible. And he was like, I practiced so much
lag too,
and there's it's all lag. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it should be possible. And he was but he was consistently with punishing this move. And he was like, dude, I practiced. I got to the point in my practice where it was like a fucking electrical signal. It would just, the move would happen. I would just hit the button. And he was like, because the way I was thinking about it was all wrong, right? Because Punk was coming up. And he was saying with Punk, I was thinking like, okay, this guy's fucking sick. He's got a very like hard to replicate style because he's like, you know, he's so reactionarily solid and all this stuff. And I got to use my experience to beat him. But then I realized that I was thinking about it all wrong. And that's exactly what a fucking boomer would say. Okay, he didn't say the word boomers in Japanese, but he's like, that's what an old timer would say. That's what a boomer would say. I got to use my experience to beat him. So then I said to myself, no, I got to become Punk. Like, just because I'm old, I can't think about it like I'm an old man because then I've already lost. I got to do exactly what Punk is doing. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I've already lost because I've given up. And he's like, I'm not even going to consider myself, I'm not going to try to beat him the way an old person would beat him. I'm going to beat him like another young person would beat him. Okay, it wasn't a Punk set, but it was you know.
And you know what it is? The boomers are actually so important to the storyline. I got into League of Legends randomly in this year. I don't know why. I'm not as into it anymore.
You don't have to defend yourself, bro. No one's here to judge you.
Okay, they are though. But here's what I realized, and it kind of threw me out of the whole experience. So like LCS this year, upcoming year, I think there's something like 2 returning players from last year. And that's not even a joke. Literally everyone is new. And the reason this happens in League is there's like insane turnover. Like people have like 2-year careers sometimes max, right?
I know.
It's like people literally go in and out, and you'll find that guy working in a Walmart 5 years. Like
great burgers.
I'm not even. It's true. It happens.
I was saying in and out.
In and out. Also, oh yeah. I thought I thought you were making a good burger joke, which is a good
in and out
movie.
In and out joke.
Sorry,
I cut you off. Keep going.
And so
I'm too high level for this guy.
So the reason that happens in that game is because there's so many patches like and constant.
Yeah.
That the guys who are coming up are like practicing a meta game and grinding.
I know.
And then the old guys, like the skill that they worked on gets patched out. Like literally, their champion or whatever isn't as relevant anymore. Now they're washed, like almost because the game changed. You know, it's like they can't use their old skills. And so it like kind of threw me out of it. I was like, wait, so every year I can expect to like completely new faces? So the old timers have a ton of you. I know Melee, like there's some people who back in the day used to be like, oh, it's the same 5 guys who win every time. That's not why is that even cool? Mm-hmm. I'm like, you know what? That's actually why I like it.
No, it's better. It's literally better.
Because when someone comes around like a Leffen or a Zane, it's actually like earth-shattering, and we all give a shit.
It's earth-shattering, yes. And on the flip side of things, when you go to a tournament and you don't know anyone in the top 8, it's fucking boring. It is fucking boring. I don't know who to cheer for. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, I remember when I used to go to FGC tournaments, like back when Melee wasn't at EVO. I went to EVO 2011, 2012. And I remember, like, you know, there's like these games that I really like, but sometimes I don't know who to latch onto and what the narratives are because I didn't, you know, it was all new faces. And it's just like, I mean, okay. You know, you gotta actually work harder as a viewer. You actually gotta work harder to find something to latch onto. You know, and if you go to a tournament and fucking all the top players get upset outside of top 8, well, what does that leave you for a top 8?
And who are you supposed to be a fan of?
Exactly.
Right? Like, you could be a Mango fan for a decade plus now. Like, you could just like, that could be your team. It could be like your version of, you know, any sports team. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to change your allegiances every 5 minutes, right? Like, how can you, even when they put like, okay, let's say in League, like, okay, I'm a TSM fan, whatever. But this is, say, if it's different people, then it doesn't feel as cool. What are you, a fan of a logo? Like, I don't know. It doesn't hit me as hard.
It doesn't hit as hard. It does not hit as hard.
It doesn't hit like that.
You don't know the stories the same way. You don't know what they've been through. With Mango, I know what he's been through. With PP, I know what he's been through. I especially know now that I'm watching Metagame Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Why is this one so much better? I thought the last one was like the best documentary I've ever like. And this one's already like, holy crap.
He's literally, I think he's just more skilled. He's been he put one out and he's learning from his mistakes, right? Every little thing, he's just ironing out the kinks.
It's like Smash Brothers was all natural talent, and now this guy's like he learned. He got better.
He literally
learned. He learned.
Melee's definitely got better personalities, I think, on the whole than a lot of the other games. Yeah, exactly. As someone in chat said, even Salem, who should be one of the most explosive figures. Like, what narratives are there around Salem? Leffen beating his ass. That's it. Like, I don't know. He's not even really that exciting of a fucking character. Like, as a villain, he just kind of says annoying things on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, there was like Mr. R's tweeting the old Brawl people are tweeting it. They're like, they're shitting on Brawl again.
Oh, it was not that bad. Oh, it was really
so
not that
tame.
bad. Oh, come on.
That's as tame as we can be. We can't even be tamer.
If it was as competitively viable as... I mean, look, Top Level Brawl was a very difficult game. Don't get me wrong. But if it was as sick as Melee, then they'd still be playing it.
What's so bad about that? What's so bad about telling someone
it's
you don't
not
like
that
a
big a
video
deal.
game?
It is not that big a deal.
It's just, it's like,
my God.
How can we be so...
It had tripping. Look, it literally had tripping, okay? You can't fucking erase that part. You can't ignore that. If you ask me, hey, which title in the Smash franchise had it so where you run forward sometimes your character trips and falls in their face, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm trying to play a badass character. You're telling me I don't even trip when I run places in real life. Look, my character I'm playing in a fucking fighting game should be better than me physically. But when I play Brawl, I feel like I would beat their ass. Because they trip sometimes when they try to move forward and I don't. I think Top Level Brawl was often very fun to spectate. Unfortunately, every time I tried to get into it, this was my experience every time I tried to get into watching Brawl, because I was like, I should give this game a chance. It's kind of, I mean, I know it's hard. Lord knows it's very, very, very difficult to get to that level that those players were on. But the problem is I'd watch one set and I'm like, yeah, this is cool. And then I'd watch another set and it would be timeout. And it would go to time. And it was too much. Like, I would be like, oh, this is good. And then next set, 10-minute timeout with ledge camping. And I'm like, fuck, man. And like, yeah, they had ledge grab limit, but like people still timed each other out. There were ways to still time each other, you know? And it was like, I can't be watching fucking 10-minute games all the time. It's too much. Billionaire's only fun shit when it directly affects him. I know, dude. Imagine if Elon Musk took one of his many millions, and just used it to finance Melee. How hype would that be? He can afford it.
Dude, Toph, have you ever thought that maybe we're going about it the wrong way? Like, we spend all this time trying to grow Melee, like, by hosting events, commentating, etc., when all we actually should be doing is trying to become billionaires.
So that we can find out. You know, I don't know too much about this, but I've heard that, you know, so back in the day, like 50 years ago, the chess capitals of America apparently were like San Francisco, in particular, I think it's called the Mechanics Institute, which I would love to start going to after fucking COVID is over. Waba here confirming this is true. Thank you, John Waba. Thank you, Waba. But that's the Ludwig strat. That is the Ludwig. But yeah, it was New York and San Francisco were like the two chess capitals, and basically like I think one billionaire in today, anyone and everyone in chess knows like the chess capital of the U.S. is St. Louis, Missouri. I think it's St. Louis, right? Yeah, St. Louis Chess Club. Yeah, and it's basically like one fucking rich dude was like he just put a bunch of money into chess in St. Louis, and now it's the chess capital of the United States.
Imagine having a rich dude. Chess has rich dudes. They have like those Russian oligarchs and crap who just care. Like,
dude, maybe I should just go back to working in tech.
It feels
should I just get a Google job and fucking should I just stop streaming?
Paper to the ceiling, stacked paper to the ceiling.
Should I just go back to I'll start interviewing, fucking lead code for a couple months, get a job at Google. I'll just work at Google for like 5 years and then I'll just finance Melee forever. Should I just do that?
I'd be down, especially since I don't have to do any work there. You would think with the odds of it, like, okay, there's so many people who've played Melee over the years, right? Like, competitively. Like, it's actually in the millions now, probably, right? Like, there's so many people.
No, I mean, all time, yeah. We're talking all time. Dingus, thank you for the prime.
You start adding it, and it's like so many people like, dude,
love you, Dingus.
You think one of them would become a billionaire? Or, like, one of them would become rich at least? Like,
yeah, wouldn't you?
You would think one of them would do it? Because we're also fanatical. You know, if they did, they would at least throw us a couple of the bones. I don't think I know a smasher whose net worth is like higher than, let's say, 10 mil. Right? That's like such a low number too. When you think about it in the grand scheme of world wealth, like it's such a low. How is that possible? You're telling me millions of people play this game and there's not one dude who made it into like the 10 mil bracket? Is it that hard to move up in society?
Yeah, Sprouse brother, maybe. I don't know. Well, you know what it is. You know what it really is, Blur. Let me flip this fucking narrative on its head real quick. Do the people with money who want to say, so what does that mean? Invest in Melee. What does that mean? To finance a game, to help it grow. What does that actually physically, concretely look like? If I have a bunch of money that I want to dump into Melee, what do I even do? Okay, Ludwig's hosting LCS, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? What does that look like concretely?
Step one, I can give you a step one. Make sure Samox has enough to eat for the rest of his life so he keeps making documentaries.
True.
That's a good.
Okay, that's a good step one. What else is on the agenda? That's step one. What's step two?
Give Fizzy a team. Like let him have a team of people who are hired around him to develop this shit. Way harder.
Yeah.
Step three, talk to me. I got ideas.
Maybe hire some lawyers.
You know,
on the fizzy topic, maybe hire some lawyers.
Maybe hire some lawyers, help them with legal fees if that ever comes down to it.
Right.
Yeah, on some tournaments. Like there's tons you could like. Look, man, I know we make a big deal about this Nintendo thing, but like, there's still a lot of things you could throw money to that would be beneficial to us. You know, like obviously, money does have a way of making things bigger.
Imagine if the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia liked Super Smash Bros. Melee, our problems would be solved. Maybe.
I mean, if the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia liked it, he just buy Nintendo.
Probably. Yeah, you could just buy Nintendo. Yes. If you're rich enough, you can make those sorts of problems go away. Corporate problems go away with money. Money doesn't solve all your problems. It doesn't, but you could buy a company. It's actually called an acquisition. That's what that's called. I mean, so
Nintendo is only worth like what, 50 billion or something.
Big Warcraft fans call here. All right, look. Yeah, see, Curly, you just said some shit to try to bait some shit out. Yes, okay. I am not going down that path, but you're free to if you want to. Okay, so there you go. Hashtag acquire Nintendo. That's the strat, dude. That's the fucking strat. That's the strat.
Yeah. They're not even like. Now, I don't know if you could actually buy them because they don't seem like the kind of company that want to sell. But,
you know.
Well, you could buy so much of their stock, you can have influence.
We're just talking fucking, you know.
Pie in the sky.
Real big picture. Yeah, pie in the sky type shit right now. Closing thoughts? Dezember. That's how you say it. We gotta talk to Zane. We're gonna talk to Zane. I think Zane probably says it with a Z. Dude, what letter does Zane start with?